Hello, hello, and welcome everyone to our Monday morning miracle call. It is June 22nd. Whoa, we are almost 6 months through the entire year. Amazing. Where did it go? So wonderful to see all of you. We love starting our week this way because it gets our spirits up. It is exciting to hear what miracles are happening for you or somebody on your team. So please think about what you want to share and raise your hand because that's what makes this call exciting is when you share what's going on with you, what's going on with other people. And I know we all have a lot of stories. Now, a few things before we get started. Most of you know we don't mention any disease names. We talk about symptoms, like we don't say what kind of headache it is. We may say it's a very bad, painful headache, something like that. And you know what that is. So please be cognizant of that. And we like to keep the shares to about a minute. We don't need a whole big background from what's happened for the last 5 years. We just need you to kind of highlight what the conditions were before and then what has happened when you got on the patch, and then what your results have been. And in the first 15 minutes, we're going to limit it to the X39 and Celergize. So focus on those results, and then we'll open it up to the rest of the patches afterwards. And to raise your hand, if you go to the bottom under React, you can click on that and there's a raise hand. So now I want to see lots of hands coming up because we are getting ready to start. And again, we want to feature you. It's great for you to share, to let other people see what's going on for you. So we will get going first with Diane. Welcome.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Good to
Good.
see you.
Listen, I haven't shared in a while. I've been using the patches for the X39 for just about 2 years, and the results are subtle. And the couple I'd like to share is the thing that happens when you have numbness in your feet and legs, and trying to get up in the morning, and the process you have to think about it, then get it's just a whole process. One morning, about 6 months ago, I got up. I mean, I didn't even think about it. It was like in my earlier years, I just celebrated my 79th trip around the sun last weekend, and it was just fabulous to be able to get up and not even have to think about what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do that. The other thing is, I was at a meeting a few months ago, and the person's house has a beautiful aquarium. And there was a fish that was barely making it. And my husband said, "Well, take your patch off and put it on the and so I put it on the corner, and we got some tape so it could stay up there. And that fish, not only did that fish live for about the next, I didn't even think about it anymore until the owner said, that fish is still swimming around. That fish lived for another 2 months.
Wow.
It was just spectacular. I had heard people talk about taking off patches and putting them on animals and those kinds of things. And it was like, yeah, right, right, right. But when it actually happened and I saw it and the homeowner saw it, so it gives a little more credence to the technology about vibration because we all have it. Thank you so much for letting me share.
Thanks, Diane. Those are fantastic stories. And, getting out of bed and being able to just start your day and not have to be concerned about this thing, that thing is a huge shift in your health.
It
And I
is.
know as we get older, these little things that give us more mobility, more, pain diminishing and clarity and all the things that the patches helps with is just a godsend. I mean, so many people, it's like this little patch is going to do all that. And I go, yeah,
Mhm, mhm.
thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, iPhone. I don't know who you are.
Oh, sorry about that. I'll get my name in there. This is Trisha from Ventura, and I apologize. I don't have my video on
That's
right
okay.
now. I just want to say that I've been on the X39 for maybe almost 2 years, and just for my health and vitality, and that I'm doing that for myself every single day for 2 years. That because my stem cells aren't producing as much as they used to. It's just like a kindness to myself for one thing, and then I have steady energy. My hair is growing out amazingly thick. It's very thick. I didn't even really need more thick hair, but there it is. And when I've done some shoveling, like in Omaha, Nebraska, I'm shoveling and shoveling out of one place and shoveling into another place. I'm not even sore the next day, I mean, I'm not even used to shoveling. I'm from California. So I give that to the X39. Thank you.
Oh, that's great. I love the shoveling. That recovery and it shows that the body is in constant repair because you're going along, you're using the patches, you're feeling pretty good, but then you do something and you see how the body responds. And that's really a test to see how your body is up leveling, upgrading, becoming stronger, having more vitality. And that's, what we know is the program here. So thank you for sharing that because, I'm older as well. 77, so I'm a little bit younger than Diane. But what happens is that I notice that certain things that I, usually do and have the energy for that. It's a little different as I'm getting older, but I feel like I'm reviving. It's like there's a new standard of health in my system and I'm very tuned in to everything about my health. I always have been. So I can really tell a cognitive difference as well as a full physical change. And I did have that test where it showed my chronological age and my biological age, which was very different. So I know this patch is working.
Awesome.
Okay.
And I love the fish story too. That was cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, Barb, you're up.
Good morning. I'm calling from Monterey, California. There are
Okay.
a lot of us in our 70s. I am 78. 2.5 years ago, I was diagnosed with a very big challenge regarding my breast, underwent a year and a half of various treatments, resulting in a collection of fibrosis tissue in that breast that required a lot of care, purchase of different massage vests and therapies by specialists who could help with that. And I'm so grateful to say that now, since November, I have been using the patch, the X39, and that fibrosis tissue is soft and palatable, much like the other breast, and no longer require the use of those massage vests nor the therapists who were assisting. So I'm very, very grateful.
Wow. And how long did that take?
Oh, goodness, it was almost instant. Almost instant. And it continues to soften throughout these past months. So it's a thrill.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that because a lot of women have that condition and you don't want to have to do meds and things like that to take care of it. So that's really good to know. Thank you.
You bet.
Okay, Ravel, welcome.
Hi. And thanks for everyone's wonderful testimonials so far, including yours, Beamy. Just that was inspired by hearing Diane earlier. Well, first of all, just hearing the most recent testimonial, it reminds me of Eva Krizik's testimonial 2 Mondays ago. I encourage you to listen to that and watch it if you haven't already at the liveyoungeryoutube.com. But I wanted to share about my dog's experience, which is what brought me to LifeWave. She was sick, and by the way, got sick from traditional dog food, and she started to stop walking every 3 or 4 minutes. And I called someone, and they answered the phone. And interestingly, I learned about X39 that way. I put it on Dear Gertrude, and she went flying. She walked 45 minutes and wanted to keep going. But because I'm very skeptical, I thought, oh, that's just a coincidence. But it was so interesting that 4 weeks later, a bump on her leg started getting smaller. So when I saw that, Beamy and the rest of you, I just couldn't help but tell as many people as possible. I'm very grateful to have had Gertrude for another 2 years, and I still say goodnight to her every night. Thank you.
Yes, our pets are very important part of our family. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, I don't see a hand, so I am going to like spin the wheel, and I got Lavelle. So Lavelle, would you like to unmute, or MJ, and share something?
Thank you, Beanie. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
I have so many stories, but
Uh,
let's share about one of our friends who actually he had some cognitive decline, and he didn't have feeling in the left side of his body. And this has happened when we first got started about 6.5 years ago. And his wife had bought the patches. And well, let me tell her story first. She had did her research, and she decided after about a month, okay, let me try this stuff. And she had a frozen shoulder, and she had the products actually shipped to her office. And what happened is she put the patch on the back of her neck on the C7, and in about half an hour, she thought someone was blowing on the back of her neck, like her girlfriends in the office. And for the first time in 2 years, she was able to turn and neck around, thinking someone was blowing on the back of her neck, and it was actually the X39 going to work. Oh my gosh. For 2 years, she wasn't able to turn her neck. For the first time, she turned her neck. Then that night, she took the patches home because her husband had some cognitive decline, no feeling on the left side of his body. About 10 o'clock at night, he put the patch on his C7. The next morning, my wife and I, we get a text at 7:30 in the morning, Beanie. And she said, this morning, Lavelle, my husband was touching my leg. You know, they're married. And she looked over at him and said, honey, you trying to be fresh? He said, honey, for the first time in 2 years, I can feel your body.
Wow. Wow. That is
Just phenomenal.
incredible.
Just phenomenal. Just phenomenal. Thanks, Beanie, for letting me share.
You always have such wonderful stories. I love so many people are getting results. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, Anne, you're up. And please, folks, think about what you want to share and raise your hand. Now we can open it up to other patches and the X2O as well.
Okay, so our aunt, she just turned 90. She had two implants, dental implants fail and had to get them taken out. Very painful, bruising, swelling, all of that. Talked to her, she was in incredible pain, and had her put the Eon and the X39 right where the pain was on her cheeks. And she, within 10 minutes, she said, "Oh my word, the pain is so manageable now, and I know I'm going to get some sleep."
It's
And then
11:15.
the next night, she actually, or the next morning, she texted and said that she got sleep, and this was just a miracle for her.
Wow. I love hearing that. Sleep is so important. So many people have these sleep issues, especially as you get older. I hear this all the time. So thank you, Anne. Okay. Who is coming from LaBelle? Is it you or your beautiful wife?
It's me again. So I'm gonna continue the story. So now that we can talk about other patches.
Okay, good.
So he has this like I said, he would fall down, no energy, uh, because of this cognitive condition. And what happened is we decided to share with him about the HAP protocol. So he hadn't been able to drive his car. He wasn't in his mortgage industry, not able to be a mortgage broker anymore. So in about 90 days, Beanie, after wearing the HAP protocol, oh my goodness, he was able to take his mortgage test. He started, and then in 6 months of wearing the HAP protocol, he was able to drive again. So consistency is the key. And you might want to share what you use for the HAP protocol.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, why don't you share that for people?
Okay. But we always wear the X39, but you also want to use the glutathione and the Eon, the energy patches, and we put it in a cap, like a baseball cap, and you wear that as much as you can every day. And oh my goodness, people that have cognitive decline, we've seen so many people get results. So just a phenomenal, phenomenal story.
And that's incredible because it's attached to the cap, so you're getting the backside of the patch, and it's just over the head. It may not even be hitting the head, you know, all the time. So yeah, that's amazing. Thank you.
You're so welcome, Beanie.
Okay, Bonnie, welcome. You want to unmute, or what happened to you?
I thought I muted. I'm sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you for having me. How you doing today, Beamy?
Good.
Good. Yeah, I've been on the patches. September will be 7 years. I celebrated my 80th turn around the world in March. And what amazes me about this technology is I continue, even after almost 7 years, having new testimonies. My latest one is we have been drinking the water about 8 weeks now, the X2O water and Celogize. And my daughter, last Thursday, I still color my hair. And last Thursday, my daughter was over tinting my hair. And in the past, I was like needing it every 3 or 4 weeks, and I would need it because I would look. I don't have people that do not have gray hair, that color their hair. They know what I'm talking about. Where the gray is coming in by the crown, it almost looks like you have a bald spot. You're not, but it looks like that thing. So was having to color it every 3 or 4 weeks. So it had been like 5 or 6 weeks, and I said, "Boy, I don't. I'm surprised I could go this long." Well, she was coloring my hair, and she said, "Ma, you're not going to believe this." She says, "You got dark patches throughout the back of your hair coming in." Now, it's amazing. I mean, I have people on our team that are older than me that have said and I could see it. Their hair is from gray as the because we have some of the people on the team now is 5, 6 years, and their hair is growing in dark. But I didn't have that, so that's my latest. And she said, "I think your hair is even getting thicker than it was." So that's my latest. But for those of you who don't know me, my first miracle was I was breaking bones. I had very severe loss of bones and my bone strength, and had broken each wrist twice, fingers, toes, femur, and 18 months wearing the X39 and X49. My orthopedic surgeon was stunned at the restoration of my bone mass, and my dentist as well. So Yeah, it's done. If
That,
it did nothing else for me, that's been a miracle in my life.
that is huge. That is so big because we're all, as we're aging, that whole bone density is super important. And, everybody's trying to take nutrients here and there, and you just put the patch and
Yeah, I had tried. Yeah, I had tried everything. Nothing worked prior to that, so it has to be. It had to be the
yeah,
patches. Yeah.
good for you. Thank you for sharing those.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, Valerie, you're on. Please unmute.
Yes, I have been on the X39 and the X49 for about 14 months. And then I got myself the water machine. And after I've gotten started drinking the water and using the Cellugize with my water, my eyesight is improving. I don't I with my I have to have reader glasses and distant glasses. Well, my readers, I most of the time I have them sitting at the table because I can read so much better now that I've started the Cellugize and the water machine. And I do put the water in my eyes, and it seems like it makes a huge difference. I have only had the water machine maybe 6 weeks, and I'm going to go to the eye doctor and see how my how my eyes that she said I'll be going blind in a few years. And so I want to make sure that I have fixed that also. Thank God for David and these patches.
Wow. Thank you for that. The eyes are, I'm hearing more and more stories about with the water and the eyes. So that's huge. Thank you so much. Okay, Barbara. Go ahead and unmute, Barbara. There you go.
Now can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I was losing my throat, my throat. I was losing my voice. And I put the throat protocol on. And in one day, it came back. Well, I quit using it and I started losing my voice again. So I'm wearing it every day now, and it's doing better. My voice is much better than it was. I don't have to clear my throat and cough and talk very soft for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's much better now. And
What patches are you using?
the glutathione, Ice Wave, and Eon.
Okay, thank you. Good for people to know.
Okay, Eon behind the right ear, and glutathione on the Adam's apple mainly, and Ice Wave on each side below the earlobe, below about halfway down the neck.
Got it. Okay.
And as far as eyesight, I have been taking a lot of supplements for eyesight, and some of them help and some of them don't. But since I've started drinking the water and consistently using X39, my eyesight is better.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. And continue that improvement. Okay, Kate, you're up.
Good morning, everyone. I want you to know another miracle of the HAP protocol. When someone suffers the brain injury that can leave the whole body debilitated and unable to move, my brand partner friend Jason was only because of X39's protection, he believes, and I do too. He was protected except for his speech ability to go from the brain to the vocal cords didn't work so well. And we put on the HAP protocol, and the man started talking like you and I, talking up a blue streak immediately. Talk about a miracle. That was the best gift that either one of us could have asked for.
Wow, thank you. Very important to know these cognitive, the hat is amazing for anybody who's dealing with those kind of issues. So thank you, Kate, for that again. Okay, Carla.
Mute myself. Okay, great, thanks. Yeah, I had just really great testimonies on sleep and pain relief, but that was already covered earlier. So I wanted to share. A good friend of mine. She's been on kidney dialysis for over 15 years, and on top of that, she has a life-threatening disease in her blood. And she's been in the beginning of this year, for the first 4 months of this year, she was in the hospital more than she was out. I've had to take her to the hospital several times, but the last couple months she's been using the patches. When she started using the patches, the first time she said she peed like she hadn't peed in years, which for somebody that with kidney issues, that's a big thing. And then when I got the water machine, I started bringing water to her. And right drinking the water, within seconds, she can tell the difference right away. And she now, it's the last 2 months, she has not been in the hospital at all. So she's doing great. And well, great as can be. I mean, we really thought we were going to lose her in January. And it's amazing. Oh, and then last week I did not have any carnosine for her, and I had some glutathione. I thought, oh, I'm just going to give her some glutathione. So within days, she's saying that glutathione is amazing. So she can feel the difference right away with the glutathione also. So she's taking a slew, the X39, the X49, the Eon, and the carnosine is what she was doing. Now that she's added the glutathione, which she loves, and drinking the water, and she's not been in the hospital.
Wow, that's huge. Those are very serious conditions. So that kind of healing that's starting to happen is a testament to the depth of how the patch works. So thank you, Carla, for sharing that. Okay, Trisha, we've got a few. We're going to try and squeeze all these in. So let's.
Okay. Since this is my second time talking, I'll just say that I really, with my X39 every single day, but then I added in glutathione because I heard on a call that it was helpful for detoxing. And I don't necessarily recommend this, but I had a little bit of a infection in my gum. And after about a week or two, it just began to lift out, and it seems to be completely gone after about 7 months of glutathione. So I'm going to go back into the dentist and just get an x-ray and see what happened to it, because it's no longer acting in any way. So consider glutathione along with X39. Thank you.
Right. Great detox. Glutathione. Okay, Norma.
At $8,700. You have 20 seconds and only one guest.
If you're muted, here, I got it. Norma, you want to unmute?
Yeah. Hi, Beamy. Thank you. Yeah. My own results you've heard many, many times, but I'll just focus on my husband. He's been a really severe diabetic, like his fasting blood sugars were over 400. And that's.
Let's not use the name.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
So he just has high sugar.
High sugar. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I know better. And, he was also just so difficult with sleep. He would be awakening, going to bed at maybe 10 or 11, awakening at 2 or 3 and just getting up and staying up. And just so sleep deprived, and emotions, a lot of anger. And I'll tell you, since patching, things have improved, but with the water machine, My goodness, his sugars are normal. He is sleeping 7 hours a night instead of 4 or 5. And his moods, I mean, he's just a happy camper. The elevation of mood is astounding. So I am thanking God and David Schmidt for genius and from all the gifts of heaven. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. All right. We'll end with Kathleen. This has been fantastic, guys. Go ahead, Kathleen, and unmute.
Good morning, everyone. This is such an awesome call. Thank you for sharing that about the blood sugar issues. I want to share something about my chiropractor and his wife. He had fast-growing cells in his prostate. And he was approached 2 years prior to him actually starting on the patches, and he chose to go the medical route. And they did some damage on him, but then afterwards they nicked. He had some laser surgery done. And anyway, he started on the patches, and the fast-growing cells completely in the prostate completely is gone. He had a large growth, angry-looking growth on his head that is completely gone. He showed me the before and after pictures. It's really quite miraculous. And his wife, who was had blood sugar issues, she was on 18 units of insulin per day and some metformin. And she is completely off all of the insulin, all of the metformin, and just loving life.
Wow. That's incredible. Thank you. Thank you. I know everybody is appreciating that. So they were using the
Beamy, let me
Yeah.
just share one thing. One of the
Okay.
things he said to me afterwards, that my chiropractor, he said, "Thank you so much for not giving up on me. And the only regret I have is not starting on this product sooner."
That that is great. That's really understanding the value. And what patches were they using again?
Well, for her it was 39, 49, SP6 and carnosine.
Okay.
And basically the gamut.
Okay.
You know, he started with just the basics, and they haven't even started on the water machine yet. But yes, so don't ever give up on people. You know, it took 2 years for just continuing to dribble and share and not giving up. Because when we know what we have, we don't get discouraged. You just offer the gift, continue offering the gift, and eventually people will get it.
Thank you. That's so true, Kathleen, and a great example of that. You changed their life. He's forever, a changed man and his mindset. So that's important. Okay, Lavelle, I'll let you slide through. We're over time, but you came in when I called on you, so you get a privilege today.
Okay, thank you, Kathleen, and everyone else on the Zoom. X39, X49, and SP6 lowered my blood sugar as well. Reminding everyone, guys, be consistent. That's the key. In 2 weeks, my sugar went from around 300 down to 86, guys. And that's been 2 years now, almost 2 years. And the other thing is, a lot of people ask, where do you put the SP6? 4 fingers above the inside of your left ankle, above your left ankle. Okay, guys? Thanks so much, Mimi.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Liz.
I
You
want to just say that the key to making all of these patches work is drinking water. If you don't drink enough water, guess what? You won't get the kind of results you're looking for. So drink up, folks.
Thanks for that reminder. Super, super important. And of course, the Celergize, you need the minerals. So we have the combination now. We're going to end. Well, we have X39 Celergize in the water machine. So this is the package that we want to really share as a total solution that can really advance people's health in so many different levels. And thank you all for being here today. Tonight we have our Monday night program. Please tune in. And we'll be back next Monday with more miracles. Have a wonderful day, everyone.
Thank you, Beamy.
Thank you, Beamy. Good job.
Thank you, everyone, for your testimonies. They were
Thank you,
wonderful.
Beamy.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Beamy.
Thank
And
you.
have a
Thank
great
you,
week.
Beamy.
Bella,
Thank you,
Shanice, helped
Beamy.
me so
Bye.
much.
Have a good X39 day.
Thanks,
Bye
Beamy.
bye.
What a diamond of a call.